Hi and welcome back. So in this video, and this might be hopefully it's going to be a pretty short video, but I just wanted to make it real quick. And what we're going to be talking about in this video is just calculator selection. And I know you kind of might think that maybe this is sort of a silly topic to talk about, and probably it is maybe kind of silly to talk about. Going into a chemistry course, but I think you'll be glad if you just take a second to think about what kind of calculator you want to use while you're in chemistry. And I'm partially making this video because I'm not too sure how common this is, but where in my chemistry course, there was a rule against using a graphing calculator or a programmable calculator. And I guess the assumption was that you could program equations into the calculator, so therefore, or you could somehow program. I really actually don't know what they were saying that you could program, but essentially there was a rule where I took my chemistry course against using a plotting calculator. So, like, if you know what a plotting calculator is, I'm just going to bring up my web browser. I'm talking about like a TI-83 calculator. So this is a plotting calculator. It's a graphing calculator. It's a very nice calculator. If you're able to use something like a TI-83 in a chemistry course, it really does work very well. But I just wanted to sort of point out that there are a couple other really nice calculators out there, and specifically if you are taking a class that does have a similar rule against using calculators like this calculator is programmable, you can program equations into it, it does a lot of stuff that, frankly, you kind of don't need in a chemistry class. But, if you do have a rule against something like this, I just wanted to point you to a couple of other calculators that maybe you would like to use. So if you do a Google search for TI Multiview, Texas Instruments has got a couple of nice calculators, and I use this calculator, this TI-34 Multiview. And this calculator, it's not programmable, so it I guess meets the rules if you can't use a graphing calculator in your chemistry course. But there are a number of things about this calculator. Specifically the way it handles scientific notation, the way it handles fractions, the fact that you can view more than one line of I guess, operations that you put into the calculator really make it very helpful to use in a chemistry course. So I guess I just wanted to show you that this is the TI-34 Multiview calculator. Worked very well for me in my class for whatever it's worth. Another great one, and this one is also it's very similar to the TI-34. I'm actually not too sure what the difference is, but this one's also pretty nice. It's the TI-30XX. It's also a multi-view calculator. It has similar functions where it handles scientific notation very nicely. It handles fractions very nicely. And also you get to see more than one line of operations, which is something that'll really help you out a lot in a chemistry course. But obviously there are other calculators out there. Like if you need to if for some reason you have a rule against using a multi-view calculator, you can always go with a regular TI-30 calculator, which is kind of your typical scientific calculator. Works very well also. So anyway, I guess I just wanted to make this video to show you, and I'm not paid by Texas Instruments or anything. There are other, Casio makes nice calculators too. I don't know calculators. I don't know that much about Casio calculators, but I'm sure that the Casio calculators are very nice. I've used Texas Instrument calculators for a while, and I'm not so much a calculator nerd that I know every single last thing about them. But anyway, one other thing I do just want to mention very quickly, and this is sort of one of the most important things that I do want you to take away from this video, is that the calculator that you use the calculator that you have to use on a test. So if there is some rule about, like I said, I wasn't able to use a graphing calculator or a programmable calculator in my chemistry course, if you have a rule like that, don't use a graphing calculator to do your homework. Use whatever calculator that you have to use on your test to do your homework. So it's not like you've got you get really used to using your TI-83 or TI-89 calculator when you're doing your homework, and then as soon as you get to a test, you have to use a calculator that you're not used to using. You might think that that's kind of silly, but I really hope that, or I think that you can appreciate that you can using a calculator and being familiar with all the operations on a given calculator does take some practice. So for whatever it's worth, I just thought I'd throw that out there and definitely. Anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there and let you know that, and this is actually something that really did happen to me. I have a TI-83 calculator, which is a graphing calculator, and I used it to do a lot of the homework problems, and then I got to the test and, was using a new calculator and, didn't know where half the functions were that I needed it to do, and so, it wasn't an enormous problem, but it's just if you're able to avoid that little bit of stress in your life based on me making this video and telling you to not do that, then that might be worth it. So anyway, I guess that's it for this video. As always, please leave comments and let me know how you think I'm doing. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a future video.